Hi, welcome back to Paw and Order. My name is Carl, and I am gonna teach you everything you need to know about the real cost of owning a dog. Many people think that once they pay for the puppy, the spending is over, but that is just the start of the journey. In this video, I will break down every single dollar and cent you need to plan for so you can be the best pet parent possible. We are going to look at the first day, the first year, and the long road ahead. Owning a dog is a massive responsibility, but it is also the most rewarding thing you will ever do if you are prepared. I have spent years helping people understand their pets, and today, I want to make sure your wallet is as ready as your heart is for a new best friend. The very first thing we need to talk about is the welcome home cost. This is what you spend before the dog even sleeps in your house for the first night. You need a leash, a collar, and a name tag because safety comes first. You also need a comfortable bed, and a crate if you plan to crate train. Don't forget the food and water bowls. These items might seem small, but they add up quickly. You can easily spend between $200 and $500 just on these basic supplies. Some people like to buy the fanciest versions, but your dog really just needs things that are safe and durable. It is always better to start with the essentials, and see what your dog likes, before you go on a big shopping spree. Now, let's talk about the price of the dog itself. If you adopt from a shelter, you might pay a small fee of $50 to $300, which usually covers their first shots and fixing them. If you buy from a breeder, you could spend anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000 depending on the breed. This is a huge range. Buying a dog is a one-time cost, but it sets the stage for everything else. Remember, there is no right price for love, but you must be honest about what you can afford. Adoption is a great way to save money while saving a life. No matter where your dog comes from, the initial purchase is just the entry ticket to the world of dog ownership, so don't spend your whole budget here. Food is your most consistent expense, and it is something you can never skip. A small dog might eat $30 worth of food a month, but a giant dog like a Great Dane could easily eat $100 or more. Over a year, you are looking at $360 to $1,200 just for meals. And we aren't even talking about treats yet. High-quality food keeps your dog healthy, which saves you money on vet bills later. It is tempting to buy the cheapest bag on the shelf, but cheap food often has fillers that aren't good for your dog's tummy. Think of food as an investment in your dog's long-term health. If you feed them well now, they will stay strong and happy for much longer. Speaking of health, let's look at the veterinarian. Every dog needs a checkup at least once a year. During this visit, they get their vaccines to protect them from scary diseases. You also have to pay for heartworm, flea, and tick prevention every single month. These little pills or drops are not cheap. You should budget about $700 to $1,500 per year for routine medical care. This doesn't include emergencies, which we will talk about later. Many new owners forget that even a healthy dog costs money every year at the clinic. It is just like us going to the doctor or the dentist, it is part of staying alive and well. Preventive care is the secret to avoiding huge bills. Grooming is the next step, and it depends entirely on what kind of hair your dog has. If you have a short-haired dog like a beagle, you can probably wash them in the tub at home for the price of a bottle of shampoo. But if you have a poodle or a golden retriever, you will need a professional groomer every 6 weeks. Professional grooming can cost $60 to $120 per session. If you skip it, your dog's hair can get tangled and hurt their skin. Over a year, grooming a fancy coat can cost you over $800. You also have to think about nail trimming and ear cleaning. If you aren't ready for the cost of a haircut, choose a breed with short hair. Training is a cost that many people try to skip, but I really recommend you don't. A well-behaved dog is a happy dog, and they are much safer too. Basic obedience classes can cost $100 to $300 for a few weeks of lessons. If your dog has behavior problems like barking or biting, you might need a private trainer, which is even more expensive. Think of training as a way to communicate with your pet. It builds a bond that lasts forever. Spending money on training in the first year will save you from having to replace a chewed-up sofa, or a broken door later on. It is an investment in your peace of mind, and your dog's future. Toys and treats are the fun part of the budget, but they are still a cost. Dogs need to chew and play to keep their brains busy. If you don't give them toys, they will find your shoes. You might spend $20 to $50 a month on new toys and yummy treats. That adds up to about $300 to $600 a year. Some dogs are power chewers and will destroy a toy in 5 minutes, so you have to buy the tough, expensive ones. Treats are also very important for training. While it's fun to spoil them, try not to overdo it. A few good quality toys are better than a basket full of cheap ones that break easily. What happens when you go on vacation? You can't just leave a dog home alone like a cat. You have to pay for a dog sitter or a boarding kennel. This can cost $30 to $70 per night. If you go away for a week, that's almost $500. Even if you have a nice neighbor who helps for free, you should still buy them a gift, or pay them something for their time. Some people take their dogs with them, but then you have to pay pet fees at hotels or for airline travel. Travel is one of those hidden costs that catches people by surprise. Always plan your trips with your dog's care in mind, so you aren't stressed. Now we have to talk about the fund. Life happens, and dogs get sick or hurt. Maybe they eat a sock, or maybe they trip and hurt their leg. An emergency vet visit can cost $500 just to walk through the door. Surgery can cost $3,000 to $7,000. This is why many people get pet insurance. Insurance usually costs $30 to $60 a month. It won't cover everything, but it helps a lot when things go wrong. If you don't want insurance, you must save money every month in a special dog emergency account. Being unable to pay for a life-saving surgery is a position no pet owner ever wants to be in. Let's look at the hidden costs, like cleaning supplies. Dogs are messy. They track in mud, they shed hair, and sometimes they have accidents on the carpet. You will spend money on special cleaners, extra paper towels, and maybe even a better vacuum cleaner. You might also need to pay for a dog license in your city, which is usually $20 to $50 a year. If you live in an apartment, your landlord might charge pet rent every month. These small things don't seem like much, but when you add them all together, they take a bite out of your budget. Being a dog owner means being prepared for the messy parts of life too. Time is a cost, even if it isn't money. You have to walk your dog, play with them, and clean up after them. If you are too busy, you might have to hire a dog walker. A dog walker usually charges $20 for a 30-minute walk. If they come every day while you are at work, that is $400 a month. That is a huge expense. Before you get a dog, look at your daily schedule. Do you have the time to give them what they need, or will you have to pay someone else to do it? Your dog needs your time more than they need fancy toys, but if you don't have the time, you definitely need the money. As your dog gets older, their costs will change. Senior dogs often need special medicine for their joints or special food that is easy to digest. They might need more frequent vet visits to check their heart or their kidneys. While they might play with fewer toys, their medical bills often go up. You should be prepared for the golden years to be a bit more expensive than the middle years. It is our job to make sure they are comfortable and pain-free as they age. Planning for this early in their life makes it much easier to handle when the time eventually comes. It is all part of the commitment. If we add everything up, the food, the vet, the grooming, the toys, and the insurance, the average dog costs between $1,500 and $3,500 every single year. Over a 10 to 15 year lifespan, that is a total of $15,000 to $50,000. That sounds like the price of a car, or a house down payment, right? It is a lot of money. But when you break it down month by month, it becomes a manageable part of your life. The key is to never be surprised. If you know the costs, you can budget for them. A dog is a member of the family, and we plan for our family's future because we love them. To make things easier, Follow these simple steps. Step 1. Research the breed you want so you know their specific health and grooming needs. Step 2. Create a dog budget, on paper or on your phone. Step 3. Start saving for the welcome home costs a few months before you get the dog. Step 4. Look into pet insurance early to get the best rates. Step 5. Find a vet you trust. If you do these 5 things, you will be ahead of 90% of new dog owners. You won't be stressed about money, and you can focus on the best part, snuggling with your new furry friend on the couch. Thank you so much for joining me today at Paw and Order. My goal is to make sure every dog has a home that can truly take care of them. My name is Carl, and I hope this lesson helped you understand the real price of those wagging tails and wet noses. It is a big commitment, but for the right person, it is worth every single penny. Dogs give us a kind of love that you can't find anywhere else. If you are ready for the cost, you are ready for the joy. I'll see you in the next video.